Welcome to Scholars Tutorial. Today we are going to talk about correction of errors in suspense account. So these are correction of errors in suspense account. So when we say an error is anything that affects transactions. It's anything that affects transactions. So we are going to talk about types of errors that we have. So we have two types of errors. We have the errors that affect the agreement of the trial balance and errors that do not affect the agreement of the trial balance. Let's say okay, so the error that affects the agreement of the trial balance. Any transaction that is recorded partially or partial recording of a transaction is going to affect the agreement of the trial balance. So let's say the first transaction is an error that is going to affect the agreement of the trial balance. The error of single entry. The error of single entry. When we say error of single entry, when a transaction is recorded at the one side of the double entry and not recorded at the one side of the double entry. Let's say you have two accounts. You have sales account. You have harvest account. Okay, so let's say you made a transaction. Like you sold goods to Amma 200. We are supposed to record the transaction by crediting sales 200 and debiting Amma's account 200. But with this error, we debited Amma's account with 200 and we refused to credit sales account. This is going to affect the agreement of the trial balance because the debit side of the trial balance is going to increase and the credit side is going to reduce. So this is going to affect the agreement of the trial balance. Let's go to the next that affects the agreement of the trial balance. So the second one is you have error of partial reversal. When we say error of partial reversal, let's say you are supposed to debit Ames account and credit sales account. But we debited Ames account and also we credited we debited sales account, meaning that the debit side is twice, it's recorded twice. So this is going to make the debit side of the trial balance increase. So let's say you have sales account and then Ames account. So we made a transaction and we are supposed to do what? Credit sales and debit Amma. But we debited Ama's account with 200 and also we debited sales account with 200. So this is going to make the debit side of trial balance increase and make the credit side decrease. So this error affects the agreement of the trial balance. So let's go to another error that affects the agreement of the trial balance. So the third one is error of casting. So when you say error of casting, you have two types of casting. That's either overcast or undercast. So when an error is overcast, it affects the agreement of the trial balance, and when error is undercast, it also affects the agreement of the trial balance. So let's say we have accounts, two accounts. We have sales accounts, and we have Ames account. Okay, so let's say a transaction was made and Amma purchased goods 2,000 from us, and so we are supposed to what? Debit Amma's account with 2,000 and credit sales account with 2,000. But we refused and we recorded it by debiting Amma's account with 2,000 and then credit sales account 150. This shows that it has sales account as undercast, because the exact amount that you are supposed to record was not recorded. So this is the error of undercast. So let's go to the error of overcast. Let's say, same thing, we are supposed to record a transaction, debit Ames account with 1,000 Ghana and credit sales account with 1,000 Ghana. But we refused and we debited Ames account with 1,000 Ghana and then credited sales account with 2,000. It shows that the sales account was to be credited with 1,000 Ghana, but because of error of overcast, it was made 2,000. So this is the error of casting. So let's move on to the error of this. So when you say transposition, error of transposition, let's say you are supposed to record 1, 2, 3, and you refused and recorded 3, 2, 1. You can see that the figures are the same, but it has been changed. The figures was 1, 2, 3, but I recorded 2, 3, 2, 1. So let's imagine you have the sales account and you have Amex account. So a transaction was made and you are supposed to debit Amex account with 123 and credit sales account with the same amount. But we credited sales account with 320. This error of transposition, we transposited the figures. So when error like this occurs in the travel, the travelers is not going to agree. You get it? So let's go on to the errors. So this is the error that's going to affect the agreement of the traveler. Now we are done with it. Let's go to the errors that do not affect the agreement of the traveler. Even though the error will be made, but still the traveler is going to work. I think we are going to talk about errors that do not affect the agreement of the traveler. So when you say errors that affect the agreement of the traveler, even though the error is committed, but still the agreement, the traveler is going to agree. So let's talk about the first, the error of omission. Okay, so let's talk about error of omission. When we say something is omitted, meaning it is removed, like we didn't record it at all. So let's say a transaction was made, 200 cedis. We are supposed to credit sales and debit Amex account, but we didn't credit sales and debit Amex account, meaning we've omitted the transaction. So this error is not going to affect the trial balance. Now let's go to the second one. That's error of commission. So let's talk about the error of commission. When we say error of commission, this deals with name similarities. Let's say Amma purchased goods on credit. So we are supposed to what? Debit Amma and credit the sales account. So because of error of commission, that's name similarities, we didn't debit Amma's account. We either debited Abba's account because the name is similar. Amma and Abba is similar. So due to that, we debited Abba's account instead of Amma's account. This transaction is not this error is not going to affect the agreement of the travelers because the debit side is the same and then the credit side is also the same. Talk about the error of principle. When we say error of principle, we know that let's say we bought motor vehicle for 2,000. Instead of recording it in the motor vehicles account, we went ahead and recorded it in the motor repairs account. Motor vehicle is having a debit balance. Motor repairs is also having a debit balance. So if we record motor vehicle in the motor repairs account, even though the trial balance is going to balance, but we have caught an error. That's error of principle. We didn't obey the principle of accounting. So let's go to the next error that affects the agreement of the trial. That will not affect the agreement of the trial balance. Okay, so error of original entry. When you say error of original entry, you know that you are having the day books, that the sales day book, purchase day book, and then the cash book. So let's say we are supposed to bring a transaction in the double entry account. That's we are supposed to record a transaction from the original entry, but we didn't do it at all, meaning that the transaction will be recorded at all, and this is not going to affect the trial balance. So let's go to the other error that does not affect. Complete reversal. Error of complete reversal. So when you say complete reversal, let's say we are supposed to debit sales account, credit sales account with 200 and debit Amex account with 200. You are supposed to debit credit sales account and debit Amex account. But we debited sales account with the 200 and credited Amex account with the 200. And this error is not going to affect the agreement of the traveler because we have the debit side and the credit side. It has been what? Reversed. That's a complete reversal of this thing. Error. So let's go to another error that will not affect the agreement of the traveler. compensation. Let's say a transaction was made. We are supposed to what? Credit sales and debit amount. So we credited sales and debited amount, and we are recording it and recorded it again. Credit sales and debited amount again twice. We did it twice. This error is not going to affect the agreement of the trial balance, even though we recorded it twice. It's not going to affect the agreement of the trial balance. So let's go to another error that will not affect the agreement of the trial balance. That's the error of compensation. Error of compensation. When we say error of compensation, let's say sales account has been overcast by, let's say, 200. Sales account has been overcast by 200, and then debtors account has been overcast debtors account has been overcast by 200. So it means that the trial balance is going to balance. But we've overcasted it too, but still the trial balance is going to balance. So this error will not affect the agreement of the trial balance. Let's go to the. So we are done with the errors, and we are going to look at how we are going to correct the errors if they occur. So let's take the first one. That's error of omission. So when we say omission, we didn't record the transaction at all. So in this case, we are going to record it back. Let's see. You made a transaction. That sales account and then Ames account. And then you made a transaction. Let's say Amma purchased goods of 2,000. So we are supposed to record 2,000 and we didn't record it. So we go ahead and record it. That's 2,000 for sales and then 2,000 for Ames account. So that's how you correct the error of omission. Now let's go to the error of commission. The error of commission. So let's say you are supposed to debit Ames account. Then we refused and we debited Ames account. With 2,000. So to correct it, we just have to credit Ames account to cancel it out. In accounting, you know that when we are canceling something, we don't go and cancel the figure, but rather we record it at the opposite side to cancel it out. So this 2,000 we recorded here, we cancel it out, and then we record it back to Ames account 2,000. So this is how we correct errors of commission. So error of messaging. So let's go to the error of messaging. So let's say you bought motor vehicle. $2,000, and then you recorded it to motor repairs. $2,000. This is not going to affect the agreement of the trial balance, but when we have to correct it. So you have to record it at the opposite side to cancel it out from the motor repairs account. And come to the motor vehicle account and debit it back to get the transaction correct. So that's how you correct the error of principal. Now let's go to the error of original entry. When we say error of original entry, we talked about it that, let's say, the day books that we did, we are supposed to bring it to the double entry, and we refuse to do it like that. So now we have our, let's say, cash account, and then we have, let's say, advertising. Okay, so let's say we have cash account and advertising account, and we did it in the day, but instead of bringing it to the double entry, we didn't record it at all. So let's say the transaction was 2,000, paid advertising 2,000 with cash. So if you pay advertising with cash, you have to debit advertising 2,000 and credit cash 2,000. So this is how you correct the error of original entry. Now let's go to the error of complete reversal. Error of complete reversal. So let's say error of complete reversal. Cash was to be what? Credited with 2,000 and advertising will be debited with 2,000. But we didn't record it like this. We reversed and wrote 2,000 at the debit side of the cash and then 2,000 at the credit side of the advertising account. So in order to correct this, we have to double the amount of the thing and record it to the opposite side of the account. So let's say we have 2,000 at the cash and 2,000 at the advertising. When you multiply it by 2, you are getting 4,000. So you have a 4,000 here and 4,000 here. So that 2,000 will be cancelled out and so left with the 2,000. The transaction is recorded correctly. So let's go to another error and correct it. We have the error of what? Duplication. Error of duplication. So let's say we have Amex account and we have sales account. Okay. So error of duplication is, let's say we recorded this 2,000 and we recorded it again 2,000. Same here, that's 2,000 and 2,000. So now it was recorded once, but we recorded it twice. So in order to correct it, you just have to record one at the opposite side of the account. So let's say you have Amex account, so we record 2,000 here and record 2,000 here. So that 2,000 will be cancelled from the account. That's how you correct the error of duplication. So let's go to the error of compensation. Error of compensation. So let's say you have Amex account again, we have sales account again. So let's say Amex account was overcasted by 2,000. And then the sales account was also overcasted by 2,000. This is not going to affect the trial balance, the agreement of the trial balance, but the figures are going to increase. So correction of these errors, you just have to look at the difference of the amount and then you record it at the opposite side. So let's say Amex account was overcasted by 2,000. Just record 2,000 here to cancel out the overcast. And again, you record 2,000 here to cancel out the overcast. We are done with the correction of errors for the errors that do not affect the agreement of the trial balance. So let's go to the errors that affect the agreement of the trial balance. How will you correct it? So let's take the error of single entry first. So the error of single entry, let's say you are supposed to record a transaction and this sales account and this Amex account. Let's say I'm purchase goods of 1,000 Ghana worth. So you are supposed to debit Amex account and credit sales account. But we didn't debit Amex account, but we rather credit sales account with the 1,000 Ghana. So in order to correct it, you just have to do what? Record it here back. That's all. So we record our 1,000 Ghana here to make the transaction effective or make it correct. So now let's go to the error of. Okay, so let's go to the other error and correct it. You have the error of partial reversal. When we say error is partial reversal, let's say we have sales account and Amex account. Okay. And Amex purchase goods of 1,500 on credit. So you are supposed to what? Debit Amex account with 1,500 and credit sales account with 1,500. But we didn't credit sales account, we rather debited sales account with 1,500. So in order to correct this, you have to double this amount and then credit it to sales. That's we are getting 1,500 times 2 to make it 10,000. That's how you have to correct the error of what? Okay, so or we can record it like this. You have 1,500 here. So if you record 1,500 to cancel it out, and again you record our transaction back. 1,500 to make the error corrected. So let's go to another error that affects the. Okay, so error of casting. Either undercast or overcast. So let's say you have Amex account and sales account, and you made a transaction. Let's say Ama purchased goods on credit for 2,000 worth. So 2,000 has to be debited to Amex account and credited to sales account. But to record 2,000 here, we recorded 1,500 and recorded 2,000 here. This is going to affect the agreement of the trial balance. And in order to correct it, what do we do? We know that Amex account was undercasted by 500. So you just have to add it back to Amex account. So you debit Amex account with 500 to make the transaction correct. Now let's go to the overcast. Let's go to the overcast. Let's say Amex purchased 2,000 worth on credit. So let's say you debit Amex account and credit sales account. But we didn't do it like that. So let's say we did Amex account 2,000 and sales account was 2,500. You can see that you are supposed to credit sales account to 2,000, but you credited it to 2,500, meaning it has been overcast. So in order to correct this, you have to find the difference, that's 500, and bring it to the opposite side to cancel it out. So you will record 500 here to cancel the 500 out, so that the transaction will be correct. This is how you correct the error of casting. So now let's go to the error of calculation. So we have sales account and Amex account again. So when we say error of calculation, we change the numbers that we are supposed to record. So let's say Ama purchase goods of 123 on credit. So in this case, we are supposed to debit Amex account with 123 and credit sales account with 123. But we rather credited sales account with 321. You can see that the figures are the same, but it has been transposited. So this is how we are going to correct it. Just find the difference of the amount, and then debit it to cancel it out. So the difference is 198. So in order to correct this error, you have to record it at the opposite side of where the error was made. So we record it 198 at this side to cancel it out. So, okay, so this is the 198 so that to cancel it out. So this is how to correct the error of transposition. So you are done with the correction of errors. Now, in our next video, you go to the suspense account, the net profit adjustment, and then you solve a question.